There was a silence.
A holy place.
With an unholy heart.
It did not happen suddenly. It began in secret.
Where no one could see.
But heaven saw.
They knew.
And still continued.
The fire was fading. And something else was rising.
The city looked alive.
But truth was dying.
And a voice was sent.
You must listen! The people are suffering! We cannot allow this! It is suicide! But power refused to listen! A king without courage!
And a warning they could not bear. Silence confronted pride.
Submit to Babylon! Lay down your weapons!
Never. They chose pride. Emmy over truth.
And truth was threatened. They thought they could break. God had spoken. But they misunderstood.
The weight was not the wood.
It was what was coming. And it had already begun.
They moved, but something inside them had already died. The house of God became a place of transaction.
They spoke peace where there was no peace. There is no peace.
But truth stood alone.
A generation raised in deception.
They worshipped what could not save.
Outward glory.
Point inward decay.
A voice sent to warn.
Listen to me. The end is near. But no one wanted to hear.
Still, he spoke. You think you can withstand? But the fire is coming, and it will consume you all. Because judgment was not coming. It was already forming.
Far away, a storm was rising.
But they called it peace.
They trusted the wrong voices.
Return before it is too late!
They refused.
To listen.
And the warning became wind. The city was not ready, but judgment was.
But judgment was.
It began before they understood it. The storm had a name. And it was already moving.
A king raised for judgment.
Close the gates! Hurry! Push! Keep pushing!
They're almost here!
Force it shut!
Now! Shut it!
But it was too late.
The warning had passed.
Now came the consequence!
Step by step, they surrounded it.
No escape! No delay!
And then,
It began.
The cost of ignored truth.
Walls! Fall fast!
but what was inside?
The kingdom was already lost.
Leadership without truth, it's nothing. I cannot stand in crisis. Not tonight.
He ran. But judgment does not.
The end was not sudden.
It was measured.
And final. The last thing he saw. All of it. All that we had, all that we built, was loss. And then,
The unthinkable. What was sacred was treated as nothing. Not because God was weak,
but because his people were.
They lost the presence long before the building.
Form remained. But fire was gone.
And now,
they would learn in exile. What they rejected in freedom.
The city fell.
But the message did not.
Because truth survives judgment.
And even in ashes. God was not finished.
He was rebuilding. Through the broken.
A voice still speaking.
To those
Who will listen. What is ignored will return stronger.
they walked, carrying more than chains.
They carried the weight of ignored truth.
What was lost could not be rebuilt overnight.
And now, they lived under another kingdom.
But freedom without truth
Is still captivity.
The prophet remained and wrote to the captives.
not to explain the fall.
But to reveal the heart.
It was never about walls.
Point. It was about presence. And when presence leaves, collapse follows.
And now,
another generation moves.
Full buildings!
But empty hearts.
Voices that comfort.
Bad, but do not confront.
A generation.
but the warning has not changed.
Return. Before.
It repeats.
This is your moment. To hear.
To return. To be restored.
What we just witnessed, is not just history.
This is a warning for Washeds, for us today.
How many warnings have we ignored?
Noise the Iris.
Do we have form without presence?
Do we hear truth, or only what we want?
I wonder. The answer is still the same.
Return to Christ.
Not tomorrow. Not later.
Today. Stand with us to continue proclaiming truth.
Together, we reach nations.
With one message. With one message.
Jesus Christ.
Visit our website and be part of this mission.
Your support makes this possible.
The question is not what happened then.
It is. Will we listen now? Return to Christ before silence becomes judgment.
Return to Christ, where truth restores what sin has broken.